So, you're considering divorce, and you've been talking to some of your friends who've shared some horror stories with you about losing everything in their divorce. Obviously, you're wondering, well, is that going to happen to me too? What should I expect? Am I going to lose everything in my divorce? I'm Jim Krayveld, founding and lead attorney at Krayveld Family Law. I've been doing this over 3 decades, and the answer is probably not. Michigan law is very clear. It's an equitable state. So the court has to look at things and do an equitable division of assets and debts. Equitable doesn't mean equal, but it sure is going to be close to equal. And when you've got marital assets that are to be divided in a divorce, it should be close to 50-50. A court system could go to 55-45, maybe even 60-40. Fault can play a role, but not a huge role. Granted, if there's separate property that someone brought into the marriage that they owned prior to the marriage, that will probably be excluded, and at least it will be defined as separate property. There are exceptions to the rule about how to divide or go into separate property, but normally that's kept separate, and then the marital property is divided equally. Biggest issues that people that come to me and say, well, I got a really, really bad decision in my divorce whenever, a year ago, 2 years ago. Of course, we didn't represent them. They may have had a default entered against them. So if you get served with divorce, answer. You need to hire an attorney, file an answer, and contest it so that you can preserve your rights. If you ignore it in the beginning, you're going to get hurt in the end, because if there's a default entered and the default judgment gets put in front of the court system, who is supposed to be looking at, is this division fair, will not know that one party had $300,000 in their retirement and the other person had $10,000 in their retirement. If it says each party keeps their retirement account, seems fair, don't know. Court system will not know what the assets are. So, hire an attorney, file your answer, don't get defaulted, and know what both parties have. So you may have to do discovery. You're going to have to look into knowing what assets each party has, what debts each party has. Then you can reach a fair and equitable division. Just preserve your rights. That's all. Until next time.